Hey girls, I'm here. Listen, today is so exciting because I'm giving you, listen, if you want to lose up to 18 pounds before Thanksgiving, it's possible. And I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide in here today on exactly how to get that done, but without ruining fall. It's possible. It's possible. If you are here live or replay, put that down, put in the chat for me, and listen, talk to me. I absolutely love hearing, your comments and answering your questions. I hate it that you're not in my office with me, all 600 of you. I would love that, but I'm not. So, and you're not. So talk to me the whole time, live or replay. I'm so happy to answer your questions and to interact with you. It's great. Bernice is here. Kathy, my friend, is here. Good. So let's get going. Losing up to 18 pounds before Thanksgiving in a healthy way is possible. So I'm going to show you how. Cindy's here. All right, girls. So I'll start here. I love giving these free jumpstart calls, I call them. Women come to me for help. I get on the phone and I kind of peel the onion with them. Like, let's figure out why she's stuck. I love it. I do it every day. And typically, one of my first questions is this. Okay, Becky, talk to me. Like, what's going on? Tell me where or how you have tried to lose weight so far. Let's just start right there. And typically what I get is two responses. The first one is a long list of diets that she's tried since she was 11 that have failed her. Been there, all of us, the slim fast generation, right? So that's first. She does this. Are you kidding me? Where do you want me to go back to 1985? And then, so I get that list, but then I get this. And then she says, then I cut out soda. And then I just kind of, I try to make better choices. I just feel like, I'm doing better on watching what I eat. And I really, and I'm drinking more water. Good, Becky, that's amazing. That's a great start. That's where it starts. So, okay, next, tell me about your sleep and your stress. And the typical response that I get is, where do I begin? I haven't slept through the night since I was 17, something like that. Or stress, like I can't remember what it's, peace is like, forget it. Stress is just normal. I have a stressful life. Okay, that's okay, Becky. We can deal with that. Like, just let's move on. So next, tell me about your weight. What was your last weight and when was it? And then I get this dead silence. I don't weigh myself. I get that almost every day from someone. Oh, I don't weigh myself. No, the scale makes me feel terrible. It's scary. I feel disgusting. I feel so much shame. It's not good for my mental health to get on the scale. And I say, yeah, I get it. Like, that's all of us. I don't even like getting on the scale. Like, it's just part of what it's trauma. It's trauma response. And then I ask this question, and I love it so much because this is when the real work begins. I ask her this. So, Becky, tell me, what is the most frustrating thing about all of this for you? And out of her mouth comes this almost every time. Nothing works for me. Nothing works for me. Patty, I have tried everything and nothing is working. And I'm like, that must be so frustrating, Becky. Like, talk to me about that. And she's like, and then she goes, and then you've been there. You are her. I've been her. We all get Becky, don't we? And this is the thing. She begins to tell me through tears, like, it's depressing and I hate my body and my clothes don't fit and I don't know how to fix it. And so I just give up, but I feel disgusting. I have no energy. And now, like, my A1's, like, I'm pre-diabetic now. And so out comes all of this stuff that I have the honor of walking her through to the other side where all that junk's over. But the lie she's believing is that nothing works. And the truth is, all that she has tried, perhaps all that you have tried, my girl, is this haphazard, well, I heard that if I cut out soda and if I walk more, and then I'm going to try to just watch what I eat, right? It's this, there's so much information and there's all this willy-nilly like grabbing at things. And the truth is this, all that you need in order to lose weight is a framework, a system that has a certain set of variables that are not negotiable, but they are easy and simple to carry out. That's what makes it sustainable, and that's what I'm giving you today. So hear me when I say this. Willy-nilly guessing at calories and what should I eat doesn't work. Not knowing what you weigh doesn't work. Restriction. I'm not eating banana bread or nachos or football food until this is just the fall where I'm not going to experience any of the things I love because I'm just going to make this the fall where I lose the weight before the holidays. No, these things don't work. Not having a set plan doesn't work. And it results in this frustration and this hopelessness that isn't necessary. Listen, all that you need, again, is a simple, doable plan that has a certain set of non-negotiable things you must do in order to lose weight sustainably. And that's what I'm giving you today. So, questions. Can you guys relate to Becky or what? I know I can. I don't see questions yet. Talk to me though. So, your plan. First of all, I want you to hear me say this flat out and don't let anybody tell you different. It is possible to enjoy a rich, food-laden life and lose weight and be healthy. It is absolutely essential that you live a real life while you have healthy habits in place, even while you are in a calorie deficit. It's possible. So that's number one, straight up. Number two, I'm about to get your notebooks out if you want, because I'm about to give you several things that are the non-negotiables that you have to have. My girls that I've coached before, my girls that are in the program now are going to be like massive eye rolling. Like, we know what these are because they're living it. And they've either graduated from Simple Steps 40 pounds lighter, having applied it, or they're in the process of learning how to apply these things I'm about to give you now. So A, get your notebook out if you want to, but B, I have every single thing I'm about to tell you in a guide. And there are links in there to scales I recommend, links in there to a water jug I recommend. There is a food plan and strategy where you know how to do your own meal planning. There are exercise links. So what I'm giving you is a system, and it's too long to blurt out in this whole video, would be 4 hours long. So if you want the guide, put guide, and I'll give that to you. So questions or comments before we get going? Christine says, good morning. Good morning. Karen says, oh yes, I can relate. Karen girl, all of us. Kim, I can relate. We all can relate to Becky. I love Becky. We are Becky. All right, you ready? Let's go. I called this the Fall Fat Blaster Framework. And the first thing that you must have in place, whether it's for a fall program, any program, that you're trying to do, any goal you're trying to set, is this: accountability. You absolutely have to have, it's human nature, someone watching over you, walking it out with you. It is the way that God designed us to be partners with people, to not be isolated. And especially when we are making an effort. So the number one non-negotiable is accountability. okay, listen, here's a little mini announcement. Are you ready? One of the things that I'm giving you as part of this effort to get you healthy before the holidays is every month, I think it's Sunday night. Every Sunday night, I will be posting in the free group right here. I will be posting Fall Fat Blasters. What is your weekly goal? Okay, so that's number one. And then on I think it's the following Friday or Saturday, I'm going to be posting, okay, what was your win this week and what was your challenge? So number one, essential for any program the rest of your life, but especially this one for us relevant right now, is accountability, and I'm going to give you that. So yay, I'm excited about that. I think it'll bond us in our efforts. So number one is accountability. Number two, hear me when I say this, because it is the linchpin. In order to lose weight, girls, you must be in a calorie deficit. So the majority of the diets that you hear about and that you've tried, like intermittent fasting, like carnivore, like the Mediterranean diet, the keto, all of that, they all equal one thing, different ways to get there. And that is a calorie deficit. What does that mean? It means that you are burning more than you are eating. That means equals, in the science world, that is weight loss. That's physiology. So that is the non-negotiable in this program, and in any one you want to do, is calorie deficit. Well, how do you find it? One of the things that I am recommending that you do is to get an app. In the guide, I have put links to apps that I recommend and that I use, actually, that will help you, A, find your calorie deficit, and then B, stay in that deficit because you'll be tracking your food. Hold on to that thought for a second. So I could set that for you, but you can go set it for yourself. It won't be as accurate as if I did it longhand for you the way I do for my clients, but go get MyFitnessPal. Go get Very Well Fit has a whole list. Go get an app, get your calorie deficit. That's the first thing that you have to nail down. How many calories do I need to eat to not gain, but rather to lose, right? So be very, very clear on that. Again, Becky was frustrated. You're frustrated because you're like, I just kind of watch what I eat. What does that even mean? It means we're not eating the typical crap we eat, but is it enough to lose weight? Probably not. So number one, calorie deficit. Number two, the thing I want to clarify is I'm telling you that you can lose between 11 and 18 pounds by Thanksgiving. That seems so random, but it is not. It is not. The reason why it's not is because Thanksgiving, can you believe this, is around 11 weeks away. If you want to lose weight more slowly and you're like, I don't want to kill myself with this effort, right? You can set it closer to 1 pound a week loss. And the app I have a link in the guide for these apps. MyFitnessPal is one of them, for example. It's the one I love. But if you tell them how much you want to lose, if you want to lose closer slowly 1 pound a week, that is 11 pounds till Thanksgiving. And if you want to up it, you can lose up to 15 to 18 pounds before Thanksgiving if you do 1.5 pounds or maybe a little bit more per week. I don't want you higher than that though. That's too drastic. So what else? Find your calorie deficit, use an app. Two things. If you are not someone that likes to track your food, you can still lose weight, but it's a lot harder because again, you're eyeballing things. In the guide, I've given you two choices. I explained the plate method of how just to literally eyeball your plate and what the food portion should be, or to count calories. I recommend calorie counting. That's the end of it. If you want to do macros all the way, varsity, you can, but calories are king for this. Okay, questions. Kim says accountability is definitely what I need. I know, right? Mondays, girl. I'll be asking you what your goals are. Brigitte is here. Good. Come on. Number 3. So we have accountability, calorie deficit. You got it? Number 3, food, obviously. So in the guide, I have given you a food list to kind of choose from. Listen to me when I say this. There is nothing, food can be magical, but as dieters, chronic dieters that have this trauma history, we're always looking for the magic combination of foods that will help me, this juice and that, whatever. No, that is, can I give you an anti-inflammatory food list that will shed water weight off of you? You better believe it. That does work. But if you're going to sustain it for 11 weeks, you need to be enjoying your life, eating a nacho and a banana bread every now and then. And it doesn't only include anti-inflammatory food list stuff. So in the guide, I've given you a broad food list. And then, so that's number 1. And you need that. You need to have a list of single ingredient foods. I also have a meal prep video that I will link in there on how I do it. A lot of you have already seen it from my kitchen, where I just say, okay, this is what I do every week for my own life, my husband and I. So you have to have that food strategy in place. Now, the big advertisement here was to lose this weight without ruining fall. The way that you're going to do that, girls, is smart swaps. That's something that I did a whole coaching on, and that I'll link it in the guide. But it's the very basic principle of this. If you are logging calories, and you've heard me say this a million times, and you know you're gonna have pizza, then you are going to put your pizza into your log first. You are going to watch your 1,500 calories dwindle down to 1,100 calories. And then you know, okay, for the rest of the day, I've got 1,100 calories to play with. So that is the freedom of calorie and macro counting, is that you are in control. And there's all kinds, you're wide open essentially, and you can stay in that calorie deficit. If you are doing plate method, it's a lot trickier, but what you're going to do is, instead of saying, okay, instead of having sandwich for lunch, because I know I want pizza tonight, I'm going to swap out my carbs on my bread at lunch and just eat a chicken salad, so I can throw that carb calorie count into my pizza tonight. So it's all about smart swapping, and that is how you don't ruin fall. I don't want you living your life saying, I can't have my favorite foods until the weight is off. Never. That's why my clients lose weight, is because they are eating what they love. I actually have to teach them, and it's one of my biggest challenges, to just relax and enjoy food. You listen to me when I say this. You just have to know how much. That's the end of it. You can have all of the things. You can have your desserts every now and then. You can have your bready, fun fall foods every now and then. You just have to know how much. So someone in here asked, I saw, does the guide help us figure out calorie counts we need? Helen, the guide, I think there is a formula in there, but your best bet, girl, I know you, is to go into MyFitnessPal and let them do it for you. So hear me say that, girls. The best way to get your calories set is to do it with an app. The apps are free. I recommend the premium version of MyFitnessPal, but they'll do it for you. So don't overthink that. Good question. So the other thing I have in the guide too that's essential before we move on from food is protein. Girls, I'm telling you what, it changed my life. I wasn't getting enough protein. I was eyeballing things, thinking, I got pretty arrogant, if I'm honest, cocky coach over here. I was like, I'm good. I know exactly what I'm getting. I wasn't getting nearly enough protein. And when I upped my amount to where it's supposed to be, I'm gaining muscle again, and I'm strong, and my body aches are gone. So I have put a protein guide in the guide. It's a link to the one I just gave you guys, and it will help you figure out how much protein you need. So that's essential in your food plan. Okay, so questions. Any other questions? I'm going a mile a minute because I don't want this video to be 4 hours long. Talk to me, girlies. All right, number 4, sorry. So we have a accountability, calorie deficit, food choices, and food plan, and food strategy, and food prep. All that's taken care of in the guide. Number 4, ready? Environment. Your environment set up. So First thing is you can have the best plan in place, but if you do not have the right mindset and the right outset in your environment, you're sabotaged immediately. So what I want you to do is get the junk out. Unless you are old school and you know what you're doing and you just needed a little help today, meaning if there is cookies in the pantry, you know you're not going to eat more than one because you know how to put it in your calorie count, then in the first week or so, I would say get the junk out of your reach. Make it harder to go, I always say this, if I have ice cream in the freezer, I'm eating it. It's getting it. If I have to drive to Effie's to get ice cream, I'm probably going to stay home in my jammies, right? So in the first little bit, I would recommend putting distance between you and your triggers. Okay, so that's the first thing. Put distance between you and your trigger foods until you get the hang of all this. Number 2, grocery list. I want you, and there's a comprehensive list I'm putting in the guide for you of just clean foods. So it's not restrictive in any way. It's not special in any particular way. It's just good, clean, single ingredient foods should be all up over your house. So steamer bags of veggies, lean meats, fruits, all of that where a millennia ago, they could be like, oh, this is an apple. Not a package of whatever chips, being like, what are these? So single ingredient foods that God made a million years ago. Number 3, for your environment, I'm including a calendar for you where you can sit down and say, okay, these are my dinners this week. This is probably what I typically eat for breakfast. And listen, do I need you, or do you need to say, okay, Tuesday morning at 7:40, I'm going to have 3 ounces of yogurt? No, not really. Now, if you're counting calories, you are going to be measuring and weighing some things, but you don't have to plan every single meal out in detail unless that's your personality. And I have had a lot of clients who have that desire to be that meticulous. I want you to just be set up for success with the food that is already in your home, and then have a general plan. Okay, so there's a calendar in the guide for you. If you want the guide, put guide again for newcomers. What else? You're not gonna like this one. Your environment needs to have a good scale in it, girls. So if you get a good food scale, for those of you who are going to be counting calories, I'll link it. But also get a good body weight bathroom scale. Listen, 9 times out of 10, in my long experience in coaching and in my life, we have this shame ticker tape that's like, girl, you gained weight. There is no way you have not gained weight. And then we avoid the scale. And then before you know, we are gaining weight because we're avoiding the scale. And round we go. That scale, listen to me when I say this, because this is hard. This is hard for us. That scale is essential data for you. You're not going to know what you're doing if you don't know your numbers. And if you are in a calorie deficit because you've gotten it from your logging app, you will lose weight. You don't have to be scared because you are now in control. So it's data, it is essential, and I've linked good scale choices for you. There's some that are $20 and some that are $120, but you have to have a good one, and you have to have the habit of weighing every day. It's okay. I know you hate it. Everyone that's listening to me is like, wow. So willy-nilly guessing at your weight does not help you. So there is a scale in your bathroom as part of your environment. There is a habit checklist on your fridge that I'm giving you where you are going to look at water. Okay, am I hydrated today? Did I drink enough today? Weight, did I weigh and log it today? And your sleep. How's my sleep routine? Those 3 things are essentials. You cannot have a good program without knowing what's going on in those areas. So habit checklist on your fridge. And then again, I've said that already. There's links in the guide for a scale, for a water jug, for a sleep routine, all of that. So again, Imagine your environment. Crap is all out, at least for a little bit, unless you have a lot of self-discipline. Trigger foods are out. Awesome food that you do like eating but is clean is in. And then your scale is sitting in your bathroom. You have a habit checklist on your fridge to remind you, okay, stay hydrated. All right, girl, did you weigh today? Right? So just imagine your environment and go fix what needs to get out and bring in what needs to get in. Our number 5 was your habit checklist. I already talked about that. Number 6 is movement. Now, listen to me when I say this. We do not try to burn off the fat. It's dumb. It's the end of it. So those of you who are trying to do hours of cardio because you have to, lose this weight, listen, it's just inefficient. Do I want you to exercise? Of course. It's great for brain and body and organ, all of your health, of course. But it is not the most efficient way to lose body fat. Your nutrition strategy is like 80% of it. The cardio, much smaller percentage because it's just not as efficient way. Now, this is what I want to tell you though, is do I want you moving every day? Yes, for a million reasons. But one of the main reasons for this particular fall fat blaster plan is because when you move more, there is a direct link to how you eat. That's first. When I'm moving more and I'm sweating every day, I just crave cleaner foods. I don't want to go sweat and have a great workout and then stop over at Burger King on the way home. It just, you know what I mean? Like it sounds even disgusting in the moment. So that's number 1. Number 2, you can earn a few more calories if you burn a few more calories. So think of it that way. Don't think of it as burning off the fat. I got to stay on the stair monster. No, I want you to think instead, okay, if I go burn 250 calories or 300 calories on walking or in the gym, whatever it is, that is in your deficit earned calories that you can plot back in towards your banana bread, right? So think of it that way. Movement is good, for a million reasons. And I want you to do it every day, every single day. Even if it's a 10-minute walk, parking further away from the Target front door, do something daily. And you girls our age, this is a whole nother topic, but we need to get you resistance training, weightlifting if you're not. So questions. This was a quickie. I can't believe I got it done in 28 minutes, but listen, you can get the weight off. You can lose 5 pounds if you want. You can lose 55 if you want, but you have to have these things in place. They're not negotiable. They're just not. And if you're frustrated, chances are you are missing some of these variables. So accountability, calorie deficit, okay, wait, I want to give them in the right order. Accountability, and Mondays or Sunday nights, I'm going to hold you accountable. So look in the group. Accountability, calorie deficit, get your food plan in place, get your environment set up, get your habit matrix in place, and then move. The girls in Simple Steps, the reason they succeed is because they have all of these in place every day. Is it a challenge? Yeah. Do they fail here and there? Yeah. But then I come along dun, 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 and I help, and that's what you need. So I'm giving you a system. You absolutely can get the weight off. You can do it before Thanksgiving. You can have your favorite food. So it's possible. The thing I always want to leave you with is hope. Hope, hope, hope. Never do I want you to feel powerless or like some scientific anomaly. I'm different than everyone. No, you're not. Unless you have some clinical issue that is blocking weight loss. And some of you have that, and I talk to you. But though the majority of us just don't have the right plan in place. So keep your hope. Use the free coaching that I'm giving you. Look for Sunday night accountability and Friday check-ins in the group. I'm going to start that for you. And then if you need me to do a jumpstart call with you for free just to see where you are, put call or you can DM me. And if you want information about my coaching, same thing, ask me. I'm totally here for that. I just want you healthy, and it's possible. So questions. Helen says, how to survive attending weddings. She has 4 before Thanksgiving. What? Okay, let's talk about that. I want you to think of events, girls, as not, wait, I need a drink. I want you to think of them as 2 hours. That's the end of it. It's not like we think of it as, the wedding, it's like, no, it's 2, 3, 4 hours of your life. So what do you do in the 4 hours? If it's a buffet, don't lose your mind. Make in the guide I'm giving you, there is the plate method, and you can see what your plate should look like. It should, wedding or no wedding, if you are trying to stay on track, it should look like half vegetables, quarter protein, a little bit of fat in there. The starch will find you. So the wedding cake is coming. So make your dinner plate as healthy as you can, because the clean fun or the yummy food like your sweets always show up. So don't think of it as an event. I want you to think of it as a couple hours. I hope that helps. Kim says, I am missing daily scale and logging my calories. Listen, it's not fun. I mean, let's just be honest. It's not fun, but it's essential and it's temporary. So as soon as you feel like you've got the weight off, and you're where you're supposed to be, you can stop logging calories until you get on the scale, because you're still weighing every day and you're like, whoa, I'm 4 pounds up. And then you start logging again, the weight comes right back off before it's 44 pounds. Yeah, so get your scales, girls, and start logging. Again, there's apps for that are great. Bernice says, love that, all caps. I attend so many events, and it's going to be so helpful to reframe them as 2 hours. Yes. Yeah, it's just, that's exactly what it is, Bernice. It's a reframing, because we look forward to it and they're fun, and we think this weekend I have a wedding, right? But truly it's a couple hours. Yeah. But do set yourself up for success for events, girls. So again, going into these things, don't be off the rails all day and then show up to a wedding or a party of some sort, right? So eat clean all day long. And make sure you're rested when you go in, and then enjoy the event, because this is the thing. If you show up hungry and tired, forget about it. I want 2 pieces of wedding cake, whatever it is. You're going to just be like, whatever, uninhibited. So yeah, okay. Any other questions? I love coaching you. Love it. Karen says, I'm learning to add more protein. Sometimes it's hard to. Protein can be tricky. You have to really, really have your strategy in place. I just got off the phone with a client before this video here, and I was explaining to her, put in breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like, take your protein requirement and divide it into breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then what's left, divide into your 2 snacks. And that's the best way. That's the way I do it. So, but yeah, you have to really have a strategy. But listen, and then I got to get off here. You girls are going to get bored. But listen, once you get your protein requirement met, A, you're not as hungry. B, you are able to lose weight faster, because your blood sugar stays right here. And your body just starts shedding weight because it's not starving, starving stuff. It's right here. So, and then the other most astonishing thing is your body aches. Mine went away. I was taking supplements for my shoulders, and then all of a sudden, now that I'm eating the right amount of protein, dumb coach, nothing aches, and I'm getting stronger. So protein at our age, sister, if you need help with that, let me know, because it is important. So anybody else, I just love you guys. It is such an honor to coach you and to be your friend. And if you need me, reach out. And what I want you to do this weekend is, listen to me, spend this weekend getting prepped. Get the guide, get the links, get the thing on your fridge, clean out your pantry, do all of the things this weekend, prep. And then what I want you to do is probably start Monday. That's what I would recommend. You start today if you want, but it takes a little bit of preparation, especially if you haven't been doing any of these things, to kind of wrap your head around it, give yourself some time, get organized, and then start on Monday. And I want a daily weight, I want daily water, I want daily sleep, and log your food. And I will see you in the group on Sunday night. I'll be asking you what your weekly goals are, so be prepared. So I love you. I'm with you. If you need me, let me know. And otherwise, have a great weekend. See ya.